see how it goes here. Okay, so, well, where can we start here? What do we got here? Let's start with Evol Psych. All right. You can see from my search history that I've done this before. Um, but let's try LGBTQ first and see what we get. Okay. Here it comes. All right. I got 11,000 hits, which is actually fairly focused. What's the very first one I get? This is often a sign of, this is a bellwether for how you're doing. The evolution of aging with pride. This sounds like evolution in a figurative sense, not like, like in the biological sense. Oh, okay. Looks like I think it wants me to log in again. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. A psychosocial genealogy of LGBTQ plus gender, an empirically based theory of gender and gender identity. This doesn't have. Here's that one again. Sexual minority school psychologist perceptions of school climate. Yeah, this seems to be kind of about LGBTQ, but it doesn't really seem to be about evolutionary psychology, does it? So there's some stuff we can do here, right? We can filter at this point. But one thing I want to try here, you might have noticed this earlier in my search bar, is that when you think, sometimes it helps to think about the search terms that you're using. You just got to change up the terms. When you think about LGBTQ, that's kind of a cultural, political term. We often use that in these kind of contexts. When you have to picture like a scientist who, say, considers himself an evolutionary psychologist, and the term that she or he might use in in writing, maybe we would get something like homosexuality. So why don't we try that with the asterisk? So this will get us, sexuality and all that stuff. And let's see what happens here. All right, there's nothing more exciting than watching other people research, right? Evolutionary origins of homosexuality. Boom. That's the evolution of sexuality. Bang. All right, here we go. All right, this is much more focused, right? However, we got 550,000 results now. All right, so that's now we can try to limit. Let's start by looking at some limiters here. Okay, publication date. Do I need something from 1353? I don't know. I mean, it might be important and fascinating. Maybe it's some sort of archaeological field journal, or I don't know. But let's limit this a little bit. Why don't we go to, how about 1960? All right, and let's see how that does. All right, that got rid of some of them. Right, now we're at 419. Okay, but let's do some other limiters here. Okay, so limit to, we're going to show more. This is one of the most important buttons you're going to find here, folks, because I can limit this by field. Like dentistry, I don't think I'm looking for anything from the field of dentistry or dance. But I might be looking for something about anatomy and physiology. Anthropology might be relevant. I don't know exactly what applied sciences means, but sure. Biology, yes. Botany, no. Business management, no. No. Forestry, no. I don't think this is a cultural thing. Environmental sciences, probably not, but maybe. Life sciences, yeah. Marketing, military history, no. Music. Okay, physical therapy and occupational, no. Physics, political science. I doubt there's anything in politics and government. Psychology is a yes. That's a major yes. You never know. You might get something on public health. Religion and philosophy. Well, maybe. Science, sure. Social sciences, yes. Social work, sociology, yeah. Let's throw in women's studies and feminism too. I don't think we're gonna. Yeah, zoology, because right, this isn't limited to humans in general. Okay, let's see how that helps us. Way better. Way, way better. And we still got these good ones right up front, which shows that we're not cutting stuff out. And then, you know, if you start looking, now we're getting like, okay, I mean, there's still some weird stuff like, oh, the Weimar Republic, oh, okay. Um, you know, yeah, this is looking pretty focused. Oh, wait, this isn't French. I don't speak French. You might speak French, but I don't. I don't. So let's filter by language. Uh, just to English. You know, if there's another language that you speak, you can go ahead and throw that in there. Like, you know, my Spanish is pretty good, so I guess I could throw that in too, but let's not worry about that for now. That got some of them out, right? Um, let's see if there's anything else that might be library locations not relevant. How about subjects? Let's. Sometimes you can cut out a few more here. Most of these are going to apply. Like, yeah, nonfiction. Yeah, yeah. Like almost all this stuff is going to be relevant here. Um, but yeah, sometimes you can cut out some stuff here. Interpersonal relations, sure. I'm gonna get rid of, yeah, maybe history. Yeah. Ethics. I don't know if this has to do with ethics, so let's cut that out. Yes. Sure. Philosophy, no. Let's cut out the philosophy part of this. Sexual psychology, yeah. HIV, no. No, that's not what I'm looking for right now. Adulthood, maybe. Attitude, electronic, yeah, sure. AIDS, no. Mental health, I don't know. I don't think that's really what I'm looking for. Yeah, 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 yeah. Political science. Let's actually cut out the political science. Yes. Christianity. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna. I'm thinking I might cut out the religion stuff here. Anthropology, yeah. Yep. Education, sure. Homophobia, okay. Theology, human. All right. So we cut out, you know, a few more things. Let's see how our hit count's doing now. Okay, we're getting there. 26,000. Far better. All right. All right. The Romanian heterosexual men differ. It's a really Brazilian sample. Okay, you start. You can get some. We're all kind of focused, right? We're around the world, but we're all pretty focused here. So this is looking good. And now at this point, we can think about, you know, if there's other kind of, you know, like for instance, are you interested in what the Romanian men have to you know say about this, or what the Brazil study is? You can also limit by field. If we just cut down to the United States, that's going to cut out a big chunk of stuff here, right? That's a decision that we can make. Maybe you just want to do, you know, something, you know, or even relevant to like another country with which you're familiar, or region. That's fine. You know, that's a great way to focus this. You can also start making a decision about if you want to limit this to other things. For instance, you want to limit this to full text? Probably a good idea, since we're doing remote research at this point, and we're not going to go, you know, get the full text of the actual physical library. So when we click on full text, let's see how that helps. Well, turns out most stuff is full text, right? And then finally, here's another decision you can make. Do you want to limit to scholarly peer-reviewed journals? You know, this will cut out things like secondary sources, you know, periodicals, journalism and stuff like that. But I don't know. So oftentimes, this is worth applying. And let's see how we're doing now. That helped. That's still a lot of hits, right? That's still set, but it's way better than what we started out with, which was 550,000. And you know, if you look, you know how you're doing if you look at your top 10 sources and they're all pretty much on point, right? This is all, I mean, I don't know. This thing about Romanian thing is, yeah, you never know. Yeah, okay. This looks good. This is not the type of evolution that we're talking about, all right, but okay. This looks relevant. Oh, wow. That's kind of interesting. sometimes one source leads you down a rabbit hole where you're like, wow, this looks like something I'd be interested in learning about. This looks interesting. My goodness. Observable facial feminization. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so when you look at, if you look at the top 10 sources and you're like, okay, this looks relevant, that's a sign that you're doing pretty good and you've got a focused focused list of sources. So look, you see me do an example. I'd like you to try this this example, and then later you'll see a quick write-up on what I did and how many results I ended up with. Okay, so try this as a practice. All right, I encourage you to kind of just pause the screencast and try this as a practice. Once you've had some practice and you've got a chance to kind of say compare what you did to my little kind of write-up about this, then I would like you to participate in the R4B Research Challenge. Yeah, woo! I'm trying to make this fun for everybody, right? This image I thought was kind of the best thing I could think of here. We're going back to the supermarket sweep idea, people. We're trying to make a game out of this. Here's what I'd like you to do. Pick a topic that you're interested in writing about. I've asked you to participate in a discussion and to think about kind of like some topics that you're interested in writing about in Essay 2 and 3. Go to the library search portal and just use some of the techniques that we talked about here in the screencast to find relevant sources, but also limit the results. And then I'd like you to write about your experience in a discussion. There you'll see me doing an example where I write up my experience doing research on this. Okay, and we'll just kind of keep monitoring the discussion during the coming days, and we'll see of the students in this class who can find the most focused sources with the fewest search results. So I'm picturing the winner is someone who, like, the top 10 sources that come up are all like right on point, and and yet the list of the total number of hits is also quite small. All right, we'll see how it goes. All right, try to have fun with it. This will set us up for homework 6, where I'm going to ask you to share some of the sources that you found. All right. Okay. Thanks for listening and watching me do research. I hope that wasn't the most boring thing you've ever done. And I'll speak to you all later.